Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for our June 2021 release hop. And I have 2 cards and a treat to share. Hey everybody, so I'm using the new set Friendosaurus along with the new set die set Milk Carton die. Adorable. I'm using our wine tag dies, our heart layer dies too, our banner dies, our star dies, our stylized scalloped rectangle dies, our rectangle dies too. I'm also pulling in the bow die. I'm using the Paper Rose Studio Paper Dino Party. And right here, I'm just going ahead and I'm coloring these images. I stamped the tag images from Friendosaurus onto white Nina 80-pound cardstock using my Misty, and I stamped them with Ink on 3's blackout ink. And I'm just going ahead and adding some color using some Copic markers. Now they will all be listed on my blog. I used BG 10, 13, 9, 0. I used E25, E27, Y17, YR04, YR07, YR27, YG01, YG03, and YG17. I also pulled a white Jelly Roll pen in a number 10 and a black glaze pen, both from Sakura. And I'm just quickly adding color to these, some dots, you know, trying to do my best. I'm not the best colorer on the planet, so I just sped through this. This is time-lapse video, just to show you I do color my images. Now I went ahead and I cut out the Milk Carton die. You need to cut 2 of these pieces, and I used that Paper Rose Studio Paper Dino Party, and it's 6 by 8 inch pad, so it's kind of handy. So these fit on the pad, so that's handy. So I'm just going ahead and I'm scoring it on the larger score lines. And this die is, the big base die is just over 5.5 inches wide and just over 7 inches tall. So it will go through a normal die cut machine, a 6-inch wide one, no problem. You do need to cut 2 of those pieces, and that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to be adding on some red line tape, and I'm adding them on to the, I can't even remember what they're called, tabs. I'm adding it onto the tab on the side. So I'm going to add it on as close to the score line as I can. Now the little tiny lines, those are the stitch lines. You're not scoring on those. You're folding on the lines that are, the stitch lines that are larger, the larger dashes. So I'm just going to quickly line up. You can see it lines up perfectly where the score lines are to the top of that milk box die. So perfect. So now you'll see it's basically milk box die. You just want to fold those 2 little triangular shaped pleats in on each corner or on each edge. I'm just folding in to make sure everything's lining up here. And there we go. Pretty cute. Now you can tie that with a ribbon. There's also some decorative little rectangles that you can cut out and fold on the top of that milk box to hold it shut. Super cute stuff. There's also a layer die for the front. That's what I cut out my little tags with. And then there's another layer die that you can add to the, I don't know, the little top of the little top fold of the milk box and you know, add some paper to that if you'd like. But I'm using pattern paper today, so we don't have to do that. So now this is a quick tag that I'm putting together. Now the tag itself is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4, and then I cut a layer out with orange zest paper train cardstock at 2 1/2 by, at just 1/8 of an inch larger of the 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. Sorry guys, I'm in my own little world. So I just added 1/8 of an inch, and now I'm adding this to my little milk carton using my ATG gun. Now you'll see I did pop up that little dinosaur image using Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and I did cut that out using my Brother Scan and Cut with a 0.4 inch border. Now this is an option. You can use this little folded piece here, this little, this is that orange zest cardstock again, and you can pop that on the top. How cute is that? You could staple it, you could glue it, you could tape it, whatever. I'm going to use a little clothespin from Recollection. So now I'm pulling out my bow dies, and I went ahead and cut more paper from that Dino Party pad. And I'm just sort of bending the paper with my Teflon bone folder there. And then I'm going to put together my bow. Now all of my dies are always cut out using my Gemini machine. And like I said, all my images are usually cut out, you know, if they have a border or something, they've always been cut out with my brother Scan and Cut with a 0.4 border. Yeah, so, you know, easy peasy stuff, nothing too crazy. So now I'm just putting together, like I said, that little bow. How cute is that? So in the past, I've just clipped the bow on the top. You can do that. So that's cute. Or you could stick the bow on to the actual little clothespin with a glue dot or some hot glue. There we go. And then go ahead and clip that on. Now I decide that I kind of want to use the teal cardstock. Now that's Oceanside cardstock from Concord 9th. And that's the little rectangular plain die that you can use with it. And I like how that turned out. So now I'm going to quickly make a quick card now to match. So this is a Recollections card base that I made with Recollections heavyweight white cardstock 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches. And now I cut the largest rectangle out of Concord 9th's Oceanside cardstock. And I'm just going to line that up. So I've got white card inside, teal cardstock on the outside. There we go. And I have to trim off my card base because it was a little larger. So now that is the stylized rectangle dies. Those are the stitch stylized rectangle dies. And I'm just adding that to the bottom. I'm just going to make a little nest. Now this is a die from the Wine Tag dies. That's the front layer. And that's also the paper from that same paper pad. There we go. And now this is the little tag. I did cut it out with the Milk Carton die, the front layer. And then I'm going to add the teal layer. It's 1/8 of an inch larger. And then another 1/8 of an inch larger, I cut out the orange zest from Paper Tray ink. Now the cardstock and also the Copic markers, I chose strictly from the colors of that Paper Rose Dino Party pad. So I just wanted everything to kind of coordinate. There we go. So now I have some stars. That's from the star dies. And then I have smaller stars from the banner dies that I'm going to just decorate this card front with. So I'm just popping them up using my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, the mini and the normal. Got my little EK Success tweezers there. I'm trying to decide where it's going. And then I'm going to pop up the two little stars on the bottom, making a visual triangle, you know, like I usually do. And there we go. How cute is that? So then last but not least, I just have to pop up that colored little image. So like I said, using the mini Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to do that. So easy stuff. Nothing too crazy. Gotta love a matching card and a matching treat box, right? And there we go. How cute is that? So now I will use some leftovers. That's 1.5 inches wide piece of that same paper pattern paper from that Paper Rose Dino Party pad or collection. And then I've got a little piece. It's half of an inch wide. And I'm just going to make some tail, a little fish tail on that. And then I'm going to stick that down on top of that little piece of pattern paper. So, you know, just, you know, adding something a little bit, adding a little decoration to the inside of your card makes it a little bit more special. There we go. How cute is that? So those are the two things right there that go together. So now I am making one more card. This is a thank you card because I'm going to use that other stamp set. So this is a 4.25 by 4.25 inch square card. And that's with Recollections cardstock. And then I'm going ahead and adding the orange that's cardstock on top of it, same size. And then I'm going to add my layer. That is the stitched square die. And that I cut out using that same paper pad, that Paper Roses. And then here I am with that little tag shape from that Milk Box die, or Milk Carton die. What's it called? Milk Carton die, sorry guys. So I'm going to layer it on the orange zest cardstock. That's just 1/8 of an inch larger in width and height. And then I'm going to add it onto the Oceanside cardstock from Concord 9th. There we go. So, and now I've got a piece of paper from that same pad, and that is the scalloped stylized rectangle dies, or stylized scallop rectangle dies, whatever. And I'm going to layer those onto my card base using my ATG gun. So, pretty easy stuff. And now I've got hearts. Now that's from the heart layer dies 2, the biggest one. And then the other 2 are from the banner dies. And I just went ahead and cut them out using Oceanside cardstock from Concord 9th again and my Gemini machine, as usual. And I'm just trying to pop up these images using some Stampin' Up! Foam tape, or Stampin' Up! Dimensionals again. Sorry, guys. There we go. Now I just whacked off my nails again, so I had nothing to peel the backings off. So it was crazy. So I kept stopping the camera so I could peel some backings off, or you guys would have been here forever. There we are. So now I'm adding my little dinosaurs with my EK Success tweezers, and then I will add my hearts onto this design. Now, this is what happens when you don't think. So I realize I've got to peel up that piece. And luckily, that pattern paper from Paper Rose has a bit of a shine to it. So it peeled off pretty easily, actually. You know, no ripping. So it was lucky. So now I'm going to pop up that larger heart in the lower right-hand corner. And then I will add the 2 smaller hearts in the upper left hand. Again, with my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and my tweezers there. So easy stuff. I did make 2 of these cards just because I stamped both tag images twice, because I was going to make 2 birthday things. So I thought I might as well just make 2 thank you cards. I only showed you the one though. But you know, when you're doing this, you might as well make 2. So now I'm doing the same thing. I'm just decorating the inside with some leftovers. This time I just cut a slant. There we go. I realized it was kind of wonky, so I do peel it off and cut a new piece at 0.5, half of an inch to put on there. There we go. So now I'm going to add, there's little dinosaur stamps on that same Friendosaurus stamp set. So I'm going to add some little dinosaur images in my card using the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. Just freehand stamping with an acrylic block. Nothing crazy. And then I will go ahead and, you know, I'm adding them to both. So easy stuff. And I did miss a little bit of stamping, but I just pulled out a multi-liner, a Copic black multi-liner, and I fixed that. So now I am going to pull out Concord 9th's Oceanside ink, and I'm going to stamp the little hearts that come with this set. And I'm just going to stamp them a few times on the inside, so nothing too crazy. Just a few little stamped images. It's just kind of fun. Adds something to it, you know, instead of a plain interior. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this card. So nice and easy. There we go. Now I just decide here that lastly, I'm going to add a little heart to the center of that Milk Carton die, like, you know, the bow die on the Milk Carton. So easy stuff. So basically that's it today. So thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to swing on over to the Jaded Blossom blog and hop along and see everyone's gorgeous projects, because the design team knocked it out of the park as per usual. And run on over to the store and get your hands on this hot little release. You just need it in your life. It'll make you so happy, especially if you've got some little boys in the house. Anyway, thanks everyone. We'll see you with my next video. Bye-bye.